Welcome back, everybody. It's Sport Federation TV. Great to have you along, and you will, of course, notice now that this is our, in fact, first physical studio interview in probably close on 2 years. Everything has been online, and we are slowly migrating to getting things back into the studio. With me is Mdingi Mvemve. He is, of course, the Vice President of Western Cape Open Boxing. Has been on the online interview platform with us many times. We've got him in studio as a first. Mdingi, welcome to the studio. Welcome to Sport Federation TV.
Thank you for having me, JP, and good afternoon to your viewers as well.
Yeah, it's a first time for us to have you in the studio. It's great to see you. We've seen you online for the last 2 years. How's that been for you, doing interviews via the virtual cameras?
You know, the virtual side of things have become usual thing now, a new normal, so we've kind of becoming used to it. But the studio one, I think, is the best one because technological wise, it's perfect. Everything can be sorted in a go.
Boxing has been doing really well for the last, for a long time now. Western Cape boxing is just getting stronger and stronger. It's better and better. We're hearing about all the events, obviously, that you've told us online. I always feel like I want to start right from the beginning and hear it all over again because we've got you face to face.
Yes.
But you must be happy with how boxing's been going.
Yeah, man, we've got lots of activity in the open ranks. It's been quite awesome. We are enjoying it, and that's what the boys want because they train for fighting. If they can't fight, they don't want to go to the training. So it's good that there's lots of activity, and it's even worse. Even the professional ranks now keeps working even on weekly basis, which is good.
Do you think there's a difference in how boxing was operating 10 years ago or 20 years ago compared to where you are now?
Yes, it has improved. There's lots of structure now, administrative-wise. Things have changed a bit. We've improved lots of things, and we've tried to build boxing to be sort of a career now, or a backup career for those who are still in education. So it has changed now, whereas in the previously, it used to be a standalone, and you will be driving boxing, and after it's gone. Now we combine it with education, and we are ensuring that the administration of it is superb.
When you say you're combining it with education, what does that mean?
We try to encourage the kids that we are having to be at school, and we are currently starting to talk with the education department so that we can have the school sport developing now. Currently, we were in one of the primary schools 2 weeks back. We had a tournament there, and the kids were so happy to be there, and they were enjoying boxing. And even the teachers were saying, well, these kids, some of them were quite quiet in classes, but now that they are doing boxing, they sort of came out, and they are motivated, they are confident, and they can do things in class. So it's doing something very well.
And how often do those kids get practice? Do they go to clubs in the evening, or do they do it at school?
They train at the school. Those ones they train at the school hall after school, obviously, and then some of them they also join the local clubs outside the school. So
talking about the local clubs, you've had a lot of success with clubs coming through the ranks in the if we talk about the last 2 years. Elite boxing competitions. You've also had the bridge between amateur and professional tournaments. A lot of boxers now getting into the space where they are able to migrate from amateur to professional.
Yes, and that's one of the other things that we sort of need to educate our boxers, because once they graduate to the professional ranks, then they are on their own. They are business entities themselves. So there's no longer an organization that's going to hatch them like we do in the open boxing. So we're trying to also educate them through that, so that they know once they graduate to professional ranks, they can be able to manage their careers going forward.
Do those athletes, those boxers, when they get to be, they've obviously got agents and promoters around them?
Yes, they've got promoters, but in the Western Cape currently, the professional ranks are struggling when it comes to promoters. Hopefully, there's some business people who can come in and help them in there. So that's one of their serious challenges currently. As a result, they have to go to other provinces for fights now.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about some of the athletes and some of the competitions. You recently had the Africa Zone 4 competition. Couple of athletes from Western Cape there.
Yes, it was an exciting one. We went, remember the South African team has been out of the international stage for quite some time, but now we're coming back in a force. So we went to Maputo in Mozambique, where our South African team performed very well. They got 5 gold medals,
Wow.
5 silver medals, as well as 7 bronze medalists. Some of our 2 boys, we had 2 campaigners from our province, one from Stellenbosch University, Franco Rida, the other one from Paarl, Wandile Tokota. So they were campaigning there as well. They did very well. They managed to get bronze medalists, which was something not easy because the competition is tough outside South Africa, and they are competing with people that have taken boxing as a full-time career. They go to the training from 4 o'clock in the morning until late, and we are training only after hours. So it's something different to us. They fight for their dear life.
Who are the top countries that you compete against? I mean, I would imagine if you're going, boxing is in every country.
Yes.
Who are the top guys?
The Zambia was there, was doing massive things. Botswana was also there. And Lesotho, which is inside us, is also doing a lot in terms of competition. So the competition in Africa has grown a lot, and it has improved. It's no longer now the African boxers, you can take them for granted. They can fight now. They have power.
Tell me a little bit about the athletes from the local areas. Stellenbosch obviously doing quite well boxing-wise. Got a club structure out there. Paarl also, and you've had some officials also that have managed to win some awards in that space. I mean, that's also quite good.
Yeah, I think that is these are the results of those people, hardworking of those people in those districts. For example, the one in Stellenbosch currently, there is no boxing gym within the institution, and we are trying to engage the institution to establish a boxing team there and a boxing gym, so that those boys cannot lose out because of they are not competing. For example, we went to university sports and it was not there. So we are also trying to talk with, I email them and I'm talking to them with regards to that. And the Paarl side is doing very well as well. I'm so impressed with the guys in Paarl, like your Mr. Modise, who is one of the awardees from last year and so forth. So he's doing a lot in terms of pushing boxing on that side, along with Colin Sidras on that side.
And you've had quite a few successful events in the last year. I mean, you had the South African Championships, you hosted that year. We've seen the Elite Open Boxing Championships, Amateur Championships happening here. What comes next for you guys now?
Yeah, besides that one, JP, we went to last week. We just came back from Mpumalanga province, where one of our 2 universities were competing there. CPUT got number 2 out of 11 institutions that they were competing there. They have 5 gold medals, 1 silver, and 3 bronze. So they did very well. Yeah. We want to congratulate them. Actually, even in addition to that, there were 2 athletes from the province that have been selected to be in a national program that is run by the Department of Sports and Arts and Culture, where they take 35 athletes across the codes. The ones that are running, swimming, squat, and so forth. But it's only top 6 in the boxing side. So we've got 2 out of the 6 that are there. One is Likonele from Sipuyitu, which is a female. And one is Pilani Mfaku, which is a male. He's a very good boy as well. So we've got that as well that is coming up. They're going to be in that program, and that program is going to hatch them and train them and make sure that they are ready for the international tournaments.
You've just hit something else that I think we wanted to talk about is women's boxing. Also growing and getting stronger.
Yes, man. It's exciting. It's exciting. If you look even just now, if you're looking at the CPUT medals, 4 out of the 5 medals, it's women. It's gold women. They receive gold medals. So it shows that the women are coming into the sport and they are growing in the sport, because they competed a lot there. They fought not just 1 fight, 3 fights every day. So it was not an easy thing. And you only go to the second fight if you win the first one. You go to the third if you win the second one. So it was something very nice. And they fought. They fought. They are growing.
That's fantastic. Mdingi, we're going to leave it at that. It's fantastic to have you in the studio. Of course, like I say, you're our first person back in the studio for physical interview. We know it's been very tough for everybody, and And we're obviously looking forward to having you and the fighters and the coaches in the studio as often as possible.
All right. Thank you very much for having us, JP. Once again, as I always say, what you're doing in sport, it's very good in the province.
Folks, there we go. Boxing. Just if you have half a chance and you find out more about boxing in Western Cape, go and just simply do a search on Facebook for Western Cape Open Boxing and look out for a club near you. It's a fantastic sport. Everybody can get involved in. It's growing at a junior level, and it's a great way to teach the kids a little about self-discipline, a little bit about respect and honor, and the feeling of competing, but still under the guidance of a good coach. So Western Cape Open Boxing, folks, follow them, get involved, attend their events, and sign up. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll carry on talking about sport in the province. Back in a sec.